Now, many of our Christians have what I call the goo-goo syndrome, good government. They want everybody to vote. I don't want everybody to vote. Elections are not won by a majority of people. They never have been from the beginning of our country, and they are not now. As a matter of fact, our leverage in the elections, quite candidly, goes up as the voting populace goes down.
All of America votes, but it's Ohio that decides who's going to be the president and who controls the Senate of the United States. There are those on both sides who say the vote can be hacked.
The revelation comes as investigators are confident Russia is behind several recent cyber attacks to influence the U.S. elections.
In Ohio in 2004, the mismatch of exit polls and the machine count that put George W. Bush back in the White House raised questions of the integrity of Ohio's voting machines. They had no paper ballots to allow an audit of the vote. But today, many new voting machines in Ohio have a built-in safety feature.
Well, machines now can actually take a ballot image in the sequence of every single one cast to eliminate fraud if somebody tampers with the paper ballots.
There's only one problem.
They've decided to turn off the security.
Election law attorney Robert Fitrakis represents Republicans and Democrats. He just discovered that the photo image and audit protection functions have literally been shut off.
So they bought state-of-the-art equipment and turned off the security.
We followed Fitrakis into state court in Columbus. He's seeking to order the Republican Secretary of State to turn on all the voter protections on the machines. We weren't allowed to film, but Republican officials argued that it would require a massive effort to turn on the protection applications.
It's a drop-down box, just like on your computer. Do you want ballot images of every ballot cast? You would think yes. Same thing for the audit log.
The judge, a Republican appointee, disagreed. He ruled that the Republican officials could leave the machines unprotected. Because Republican Secretary of State John Husted said all counties can have only one single voting station on Souls to the Polls Day. Indeed, Husted wanted to end Souls to the Polls Sunday voting entirely, but he was blocked by local officials. This is former Montgomery Elections Board member David Lieberman.
And we had voted, both the Republicans and Democrats, for long hours on weekends so that people like this could come and vote. After we did that, we were told by the Secretary of State that if we didn't change our vote, that he would fire us.
And so what happened?
I got fired. If you want to eliminate that early voting, then yeah, the effect is a racial effect.
It's crazy. People have complained that voting machines don't have an audit trail and no picture of your ballot, no ballot. In fact, many of the new machines in Ohio and elsewhere actually have this function. And in Ohio, they deliberately turned off the audit function and turned off the function that takes a picture of every one of your marks on your ballot and times it so you can see if anyone's played games with those ballots. They have turned off those security features, and the courts say, well, they haven't stolen the election yet. Come back. If it's stolen, then you can complain. So you have to wonder, Amy, why in the world would you take off this valuable security feature, especially when the big bad Russians are supposed to hack our machines? Maybe it's not the Russians who are hacking our machines.